welcome to a humble chat about your Chicago Bears. With Andrew Sadler, I'm Mike McGuire. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of the injuries that have gone on in the training camp so far. Wide receiver and running back, two big question marks, and they're already banged up. What do you think about that, Mr. Sadler?
The Cedric thing, you never want one of those lingering shoulder injuries throughout the year, but it sounds like it's going to be okay. 2-3 weeks. Thomas Jones, I was expecting the moment, Benson went down, I'd be like, ooh, the hamstring's feeling a little better,
today, yeah.
But it's not, so evidently it's semi-legitimate.
What'd you hear about that crack, about him faking it? Or getting mad that he had to run early for his physical?
Right, the 7 a.m. He's like, I don't know who's, stretched out 7 a.m. I'm like, I would hope a professional football player would be the answer to that question.
Another answer to that question is accountants who work out before work. I mean, those fat guys can get up and stretch their shit. So should a professional.
Pretty bizarre. And it is very surprising. I mean, it's clear that he did not go into his off season the way he usually does, because he is known as a fiend in the gym.
Absolutely.
And it just seems like maybe he was just angry, and he took it out on himself.
I think what made him great is he was a hungry guy. He was a chip on his shoulder guy, and now he's kind of acting like, or at least this is the way it's coming off to me, somebody who feels like he's owed something.
Right.
As opposed to the guy who, is the lunch pail guy who works for everything he gets.
In the NBA, maybe. Major League Baseball, maybe. NFL, no. It does not. It's a year-to-year proposition.
That's why, they always say every contract's year-to-year, no matter how long it's signed.
Absolutely. Average career is like 3 years. You're not there for long. So
I didn't last that long.
No, you had a good one going. Good career going. It was 2 years, Pro Bowl back.
Water ball.
But yeah, so there has to be some concern. This is why you have depth at running back in the NFL, though. Thomas, one of those guys is going to be ready to go, if not both, pretty soon. You have Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he's competent.
That's 3 solid running backs, but that's why you don't trade those guys unless you were just blown away with an offer.
I was going to say, switching to wide receiver just to move things along, what do you think about this number 2 wide receiver spot? With all the people getting hurt, are we going to be able to, have somebody polished enough to step into that spot and really assume it outside of Moosh? On the other side of Moosh.
Yeah, and I'm not even the biggest Moosh fan in the world. So
and he's hurt now too.
Yeah, so. I don't know. But anyhow, we'll stay on topic here. Varian, he's getting talked up, but I just feel like it's one of those training camp things. Every year you hear guys like, ooh, this guy's really coming on. That's like first game comes, gets his ass handed to him. So I worry that's one of those where he's looking good against, the second string that's not hitting him in practice. So I think he could be a nice player, and I think Bradley, once he comes around, he's the guy that I really like. I mean, I think he could be the super quick, break it long guy that we haven't had in a while.
He's definitely my number 2.
They're calling him 90% right now, whatever the hell that means. So
that's an A.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's true, but in terms of NFL health, you would want 100%.
Looking forward to a big season. First preseason game is only a couple days away. For Andrew Sadler, I'm Mike McGuire saying go Bears.